It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, basketball fans. I'm Ernie Johnson, welcoming you to 2K Sports. I'm here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. And it is Clipper basketball tonight as the Los Angeles Clippers go up against the San Antonio Spurs at AT&TCenter. Well, for San Antonio, they're just above 500 after their first 10 games at 6-4 to be exact. They haven't set the world on fire, but there has been more good than bad, that's for sure. Should be an interesting evening. Two teams that like to slow things down a bit.
Ernie, you sound like a record that's going on.
Yeah.
Man, need to speed you up. Put that battery in your back.
What are some of the keys to running a really good half-court offense?
You're slowing me down, Ernie. Patience. Gotta have patience. Like you have to have the kind of patience that it takes to sit next to you and Shaq right now, while you guys are really making me feel uncomfortable with your slow motion manners.
Well, Ernie, he didn't answer the question
Oh,
right.
my goodness.
You have to value each possession because you may not get a lot of them.
That's the
Not
fastest
only
I've heard
that,
Shaq
Ernie,
speak.
offensive rebounding can change a game.
Oh.
Excellent point.
Thank you, Ernie.
That's actually you need to speak like that more often.
Let's go courtside to Kevin
Harlan.
Harlan.
I'm the only one in fast motion here.
We've got basketball action at the AT&TCenter. We're in San Antonio, Texas, the home of the Spurs, live on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan along with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry. David Aldridge will be reporting from the sidelines. And it's been home cooking for the Spurs in the midst of a homestand here in San Antonio. Well, they're entering a bit of a soft spot in their schedule, facing off guys against some of the lower-ranked teams in the league, and we'll see if they're able to take advantage and pad their win total.
Yeah, this is a great team, and I wouldn't put it past them to continue to play at a very high level. I mean, that's the makeup of the squad. You know, they've got great character, tremendous talent, and obviously very well coached. They very well could continue to play this kind of basketball throughout the course of the season.
And as things get ready to roll, let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's on the sideline. David?
Well, Kevin, Kawhi Leonard has been a great defender from day one, but he has developed into an elite offensive player as well. Now, Greg Popovich says he basically tells me what he wants to do now. He knows he has a green light. I think that's the difference. He's more confident, more aggressive, more hungry to score than in the past. Kevin?
And they need him to be that way, D.A. Thank you, especially after Tim Duncan's retirement and Manu and TP getting older. This is Kawhi's team now, for sure. A marquee matchup tonight. Two great centers going head-to-head. Brent, talk about the attributes scouts are looking for out of modern-day centers.
I think one of the things that they look for first with regards to a big man, Kevin, is a guy who doesn't shy away from contact. I know the game is moving with a little more open pace and space, but still your big guy's got to want to be physical, because there are times in the game, whether he's touching it in the post or not, he's got to be a presence both offensively and defensively. That requires taking a few hits.
And with the ability to pass, and you know, the guys like Bogut, even at an advanced age, can still, I think, make a difference in that position.
Yeah, but if you look at guys like Bogut and Steven Adams, they're still willing to sacrifice their body, not for the glory of having the ball, but everything they can do for getting the ball into open space for their guards. That means hitting a guy, setting hard screens. That physicality has got to be priority one.
Here are the five for the Clippers. Gallinari, the three with Griffin at the four. Patrick Beverly out there with Rivers, and it's Jordan in at the five, home in the paint. Spurs on defense. They come into this having outplayed Phoenix the last game.
And you know what? Up against a weak defense, they were allowed to do pretty much whatever they wanted.
Yeah, what I like, though, besides that, is that they just didn't settle for it, because weak defenses, you could take bad shots. That's not what they did here tonight.
Now here's Leonard following the miss by Griffin. There's a good screen. High arcing shot, and Green with the lay-in. Green's got the opening bucket of the night here for the Spurs. So it's the Clippers now. They come in fresh off a win against the Heat.
And, you know, it wasn't just that they got stops. It was the way they got stops. Rejection after rejection.
Yeah, after a while, it just felt like they were demoralizing the opponent. It affected them mentally, and they took advantage.
Now here's Rivers. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. The Spurs have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Aldridge is screened. Parker dishes to Aldridge. That one goes in. Aldridge has got his first 2 points.
So difficult to defend Aldridge inside. He can go around you or shoot over you. Pretty much whatever he wants to do.
Gallinari outside. Jordan with the screen on Leonard. Oh!
Goodness. Here he comes, and there he goes.
Look at him punish that rim. And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. Excellent work by the talented people in our production truck as well. Now here's Leonard. His last outing, he had 24.
It looks like an orange in his hand, and Kawhi tenacious to the rim with that finish.
Beverly the pass to Gallinari. Jordan sets the pick for Gallinari. Outside for Griffin. Hits it from three-point range. Griffin's got his first 3 points of the game.
Yeah, his versatility on offense is so spectacular. He always finds ways to help put points up on the board.
Green kicks to Leonard. Good looking screen by Gasol. Leonard, no luck.
Credit the defense, wisely avoiding fouling the shooter. Don't want to give up a personal there. And he made him attempt a difficult layup.
Parker against Beverly. Now here's Parker. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. The shot, no good. Great D that time from Jordan. Gallinari dishes to Griffin. Rivers in the corner. Shot's good. Griffin making the play. Rivers has got himself on the board with 3 there.
Well, the deep ball accuracy is much more consistent now from Austin Rivers, learning how to be an effective shooter at this level. The defense was in the area, but not really effective. He has to put away this layup.
Jordan with the screen on Green. Rivers kicks to Beverly. Off target with his 3. San Antonio trailing here. The drive by Green. Nobody near Leonard. Gets the jumper from the corner to fall. Leonard's got his second basket of the game.
Coach Greg Popovich last season passed Jerry Sloan for the most wins with a single team. Of course, Jerry Sloan with the Utah Jazz. You might not know this, but the Spurs modeled themselves very much after the Utah Jazz system, behind Stockton, Malone, and Sloan staying there for the amount of time that he did. That role model of consistency and sustained success and accountability has certainly worked in this small market in San Antonio.
Here's Gasol following the basket by Blake Griffin. Parker with it. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Aldridge misses.
Oh, and the D did not make that any easier. Can't fault the shooter for missing. That's a tough shot.
Parker against Beverly. To the paint. Griffin's shot is off.
And you know what? You can't get a better screen. Frees him up beautifully, but he just fails to capitalize.
Oh, man, he'd love to have that one back. He just does everything right, but doesn't get the finish.
Now here's Parker, following the miss by Griffin. Shot clock at 6. Here's Green, and he uses the glass on the layup. Green's got his second bucket of the night.
Surprising, the defense. I think Green puts the ball on the floor and drives and finishes.
Griffin a screen on Parker. And Beverly kicks to Griffin. Here's Gallinari. Griffin passes to Gallinari. And the shot goes in.
Respecting the effort from Gallo there. Works his way near the rim, and no one stops him from doing his thing there.
Parker kicks to Aldridge. Pass to Leonard. Over in the corner, Green. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Green's got 7 points. LA's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Now Beverly. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That's on LaMarcus Aldridge.
Once Gallinari gets his man into the air, he is so good at drawing contact and getting himself to the free throw line.
And as good as Gallinari can be on the offensive side, Greg, he's a bit of a one-way player.
Yeah, and Gallinari is best in a situation where you can kind of hide him on defense. You want him out there on the floor due to his genius in terms of the offensive game, but he can't hang with most starting caliber forwards defensively.
And he makes the first. So San Antonio goes with a fresh 5 on the floor. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Willie Reed, he's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Montrezl Harrell comes in for Blake Griffin. Williams, he's checked in for Rivers. And Teodosic subbed in for Patrick Beverly. Gallinari hits them both. Brent, when you think back to some of your favorite teammates in your 14-year career, what characteristics do those guys tend to have?
I think about 2 things, Kevin. The first is competitive drive. You always are drawn to guys who on a daily basis just want not only their team to be their best, but they want to be their best. That's an attractive quality. And secondly, probably the idea about where basketball sits in terms of the priority in your life. I always appreciated guys who could go do their work, separate from their work, and enjoy the time in the moment that they had with teammates, with family, with friends. That kind of balance, to me, is an attractive quality.
So here's Gallinari following the bucket by the Spurs. Here's Harrell. Here's Reed. That one, no good. And San Antonio will go the other way with it.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backcourt.
Anderson has great vision as a point forward, exceptional court awareness.
Now here's Williams. An 11-point game for him in the win against Miami. Passes it to Reed. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that, Reed's got his first bucket in this one. Mills dishes to Gay. Here's the screen. Down low. Shot's good by Laverne.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Here's Teodosic. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. Here's Reed, and 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's going to be on Rudy Gay. The Clippers have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both.
And as a group, they shot 75% from the line last season.
And the first one drops. And for the Spurs last season, falling short of their goal of winning another title. But Greg Popovich, Brent, still called it a great season.
Well, they had their second most wins ever under Pop last year. 7 new players to integrate in the first year without rock-solid, steady force Tim Duncan down there on the low block. They did have some injuries late down the stretch, and they can look back on another season where they gave their best effort and put themselves in position to get another NBA championship.
And you look at the Clippers post Chris Paul. The team is still in a position to compete.
I think they had to fill in gaps when players left, but I really like the job they've done overall. I mean, they have good inside and outside presence. Not the same, but they aren't in a horrible spot.
And here is Williams. Manu Ginobili getting his 3 to go. And where the shots been coming from tonight? Here's a look broken down by paint, mid-range, and 3-point shot attempts so far for San Antonio.
And a shot they haven't been looking for very much is that corner 3. And when they have, D's been quick to kind of close out and deny it, and they've had to get their points from elsewhere.
They throw good, Lou Williams. And this Clippers team has been in the hunt for a deep playoff run for some time. Consistently tried to get a veteran bench to help them with that goal, and they've succeeded there, but it's come at the cost of developing young players.
Yeah, last season the Clippers were the oldest team in the NBA by average age, and they have not had many injections of youth to revitalize or develop the roster along with the success that they've had. And you know, that could be really important for a young player to watch a team do great things. They've relied on a lot of veterans, and there could be some cost or residual cost to not having some younger players.
Here's Gay, and it's Reed pulling it down.
Well, I like the shot selection. I don't like the shot result. Won't happen much.
Here's Teodosic. San Antonio with the rebound. And this is the first season matchup for them against this Clippers team.
Yeah, and they're hoping for a better showing against this club this season. Last year they came out on the losing end.
Now here's Gay. He picked up 18 points in their last win against Phoenix.
And not just the scoring. It was also how fierce he was on defense, grabbing 3 steals on the night as well.
And Rudy Gay suffered the injury last season, but was still a wanted man when free agency rolled around, Greg, and San Antonio got him.
Yeah, I mean, the Spurs made a big offer for him, and Gay felt it was the right fit. Interesting to see how his role develops in San Antonio this year. Still, there's a feeling that he's got a lot left in the tank.
And the first one at the line is good. Brent, when you were playing in Seattle, those were the best assist years statistically of your career. What led you to become such a catalyst for that offense?
Well, it was interesting just as I finally got an opportunity to start to play with the basketball as a 2-guard a little bit more in Seattle, trying to play a little bit more up-tempo. And again, I'll mention opportunities because of Gary Payton getting double-teamed. It opened up situations for me, Kevin, where I could be a bit more creative as the off guard.
And you love that, didn't you?
I love playing that way. I wish I had more years of doing that, kind of the run-and-gun style that Phoenix employed for most of the mid-2000s with that 7 seconds or less. I could have been agreeable with that.
And Mills kicks to Gay. There's the dish to Mills. Cans it from downtown. Mills has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Clippers trail by 6. Here's Teodosic. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Here's Harrell. No good there. Gay with the defensive effort.
Yeah, they got that one, but early on, it's really been a struggle for them to secure that defensive backboard. And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Clippers with the ball after the basket by San Antonio. Puts it up. Here's Harrell. It's good. He scores. That's his first basket after missing his first 2 attempts. Now 1 for 3.
I mean, he makes plays like that in his sleep. The game is just far too easy.
Now here's Laverne. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Now here's Anderson. Not a lot of room. The shot missing. Clippers trail by 6. Teodosic, the pass to Reed. And the dunk by Reed.
And already you're seeing great execution from both teams.
Yeah, lots of points early, and the game plans on both sides, at least offensively, working to perfection.
Here's Mills after the Clippers pick up 2. There's the steal. Here's Teodosic. Gay with the block.
You got to respect those long arms of Gay. I mean, superb.
Oh!
You got to love watching Gay just soar through the air. An amazing dunker who just relishes these opportunities.
Now here's Williams. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Reed a screen. Just 5 on the clock. Williams dishes to Decker. And it's off from 3-point range. And there's the call on Montrezl Harrell. That's foul number 2 for him. Mills. That shot no good. And that concludes the first quarter of play. It's San Antonio. They lead by 6. And the second quarter will get underway just after this short break. And DeAndre Jordan not a focal point offensively for this team, but as a defender, he understands he can make a big difference.
I'm not really a big scorer for our team, but that's not my job. My job is to defend and rebound for our team. And, I've accepted my role, and I feel like I'm, excelling in my role.
Well, Jordan, a man who knows what his job is, and he likes his job and does it very, very well. He is excelling.
And he may not be the NBA's Defensive Player of the Year, but he is certainly the Clippers' Defensive Player of the Year. Jordan has become a defensive beast. And the thing of it is, he's still learning, still getting better.
All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And looking at what we've seen from the Spurs so far, guys, what do you think?
So far, they've been active, scoring the basketball, built up a little lead here, and looking good.
Well, when you come out in the first quarter with that kind of offense, obviously the game plan is in full effect. Let's see if they can keep that momentum going.
Here are the 5 the Clippers have to start the second. We've got Reed. Decker is out there with Harrell. Then it's Williams. And it's Teodosic in at the 1. For Los Angeles, they have shot 5 of 6 at the foul line tonight. That free throw good from Decker.
How about the Spurs clinching their 20th straight playoff appearance last season? An amazing run, more than twice as long as the next active streak, and the longest streak in the league was the Sixers from 1950 to 1971. I think the Spurs are going to get past them.
That one misses. And Greg Popovich tied for the longest streak of consecutive playoff appearances by a head coach.
Well, how about 18 straight 50-win seasons for Pop? Just a remarkable run of tremendous success, where you could look at maybe 5 or 6 other opportunities where the San Antonio Spurs could have won another NBA title. You realize young DeJounte Murray was still in diapers the last time that they won less.
And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2. The Clippers have scored 6 points from their 8 attempts at the line so far. And the first one drops. So often nowadays in transition, Brent, we'll see a guy get to the rim, then kick it out to someone standing at the three-point line. What's your feeling on that?
Kevin, who's at the three-point line?
Well, let's say Brent Barry's out there.
I'm more than okay with that. You know, some of the guys, Kevin, in the new age are running to the three-point line, and as the ball gets to the rim, yeah, the modern-day fast break is not your classic 3-on-2, and we're going to take the wings coming in, and we're going to feed one guy for a layup. That first available wide-open three-point shot, whether 2 seconds into the possession or 12, is something coaches are willing to live with.
Problem is, though, sometimes that big wants to run and does run, but you don't reward him, and then maybe they don't run the next time down.
That's exactly right, Kevin. You have a big guy working that hard. Problem is, in today's game, some of those big guys are also running to that three-point line.
You're exactly right. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Decker's got 5 points in the quarter.
Oh, a little punch, counter punch action. Neither side flinching here.
Yeah, both sides trying to keep up with one another, but doing it from distance.
Now here's Gay. 6 points for him. Shoots off the screen. No good off the front iron. Clippers trail by 6. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, the Spurs have never been the flashy team in the NBA. Tony Parker said beautiful basketball is playing the right way. Ball movement, pure, beautiful basketball is the way we've played. You have all sorts of fans, and there should be something for everybody. Kevin, he told me a long time ago, if we were in New York, people would love us.
And during Popovich's time in San Antonio, the Spurs have always played together, D.A. Got to respect their team-first approach to the game. Reed misses.
And forcing the miss there, he just knows how to pressure you defensively.
You hear a lot about rim protection. This is a good example of how valuable it can be.
And nicely done, running the floor well, then attacking the rim.
Now the exclamation point in transition with the high percentage finish.
And the Clippers decide to take their first timeout here.
And when you watch Rudy Gay out there on the court, you see just why he's always been a solid scorer in our league. I mean, any situation, any type of offense, he can find a way to get points, and really one of the more underrated players we have in our league.
So San Antonio goes with a fresh 5 on the floor. Now here's Rivers. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game.
That's what you get with a bigger guard, a guy that can carve out a little bit more space, and Rivers does a good job that time.
And with Rudy Gay, scoring, Greg, has never been a problem for him, has pretty much had the same level of production his entire career.
Yeah, and if you say that about some players, it's considered an insult, but it's a good thing for Gay. Usually will shoot in the mid-40s for this field goal percentage, and solid at that small forward position. Also a great ISO game.
Free throw no good for Rivers. Well, you have to give a lot of credit to Austin Rivers for how he has improved since his rookie season.
And one big reason for Rivers earning his spot is his improved efficiency. Had trouble shooting from the mid-range and out early on, and worked on that part of his game, which opened up everything else for his skill.
Here's Griffin. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. Over Aldridge. Takes a big high bounce and goes in. Griffin's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
One of the spots where Griffin has done most of his work, squaring up and then knocking down that mid-range jumper with tremendous consistency.
Now here's Green. He's got 7. Parker kicks to Leonard from downtown. Offensive rebound. Aldridge out to Parker. Fires the 3. And a great assist by Aldridge as that one goes in.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Rivers a screen on Green. Here's Beverly. Rebounded by the Spurs. Gasol's got his 3rd rebound on the night.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
And it's Green missing. Clippers trail by 11. Griffin down low. That's good, and it's his 4th basket of the game. He's a strong 4 for 6.
And the skills of Blake Griffin shown on that attempt, simply too much for the defense.
Parker passes to Gasol. Back to Parker. And Griffin sends it back. Goes back up and can't hit the shot. But they're saying he got hacked, so he'll head to the free throw line.
Yeah, and Parker with the pump fake there draws the foul. He is really crafty in terms of creating contact against his opponent.
And Tony Parker in the 2017 season with the lowest minutes per game average in his career. He was playing so well in the playoffs. I mean, historically well. Then, Greg, as we know, the quad injury in the playoffs.
Yeah, and it's pretty clear that that 15-year run he's had as a starter, that window is rapidly closing, but still effective, just no longer the focal point that he once was.
And that one falls for Parker. During the pre-draft process, Brent, we're seeing more and more players refuse to work out for certain teams and for a variety of reasons. How would you feel about drafting a player who declined to work out for you?
I think I feel much better, Kevin, if I had a tremendous track record and confidence in the scouts that I have deployed throughout the season who've gone out and seen these players, not just once or twice, but 10 or 12 times over, where we could still make the assumption about what this player can do for our organization without having some personal time or the individualized workout. So it's up to your staff to do their diligence.
Outside for Griffin. Here's Jordan. Oh!
Way. Was consistently aggressive on the glass. Jordan is so tough to contain down there.
Spurs leading by 9. Parker dishes to Leonard. From the wing. Good. He hits the jump shot. Leonard's got 4 this quarter.
And he can smell blood in the water. Excellent finish.
Yeah, when your opponent's down and frustrated, this is when you can turn it up.
Now here's Beverly. Here's Rivers. And he comes up with the deuce. Rivers has got 7.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Aldridge is screened. From the line, Jordan with the rebound. Jordan's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And Beverly kicks to Jordan. And here's Beverly. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. And that one's good. Griffin.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Parker against Beverly. Now here's Leonard. Defense right on him. Beverly against Parker. 5 to shoot. Back to Leonard. Shoots over Decker. And Leonard gets it to go on the assist by Parker. That's 10 points for Kawhi Leonard.
Well, the D right in his face, Kawhi couldn't care less. That's the expressionless assassin we've come to respect.
13 feet away. Bank shot. No good.
You can see how clued in the defense is to take away those mid-range shots and challenge. Solid at getting a hand up in the face of the scorers.
Pass to Aldridge. Spurs working the ball around now. Gasol, no good.
And forcing the miss there. He just knows how to pressure you defensively.
You hear a lot about rim protection. This is a good example of how valuable it can be.
Spurs leading by 9. Outside Leonard for the 3. And it's Leonard again missing. The Clippers have gone 7 of 14 in the second quarter, shooting to the tune of 50%. It's rebounded by Leonard. And here comes Leonard leading the fast break. Stolen by Decker. Here's Beverly, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's on LaMarcus Aldridge.
And throughout his career, Beverly has remained a pest, an aggressive defender that no one likes having him guard.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
And at the line last year, he was good on about 77% of his attempts.
That's good from Beverly. They getting some early returns on the season, Brent, for top teams that are already looking great. How early is too early to start thinking about things like home court advantage.
Well, it's kind of like Christmas, Kevin. It's never too early to start thinking about the home court advantage. You know, and a lot of veteran teams would tell you that they're not concerned about whether their game would travel come playoff time. But home court advantage is something that they would all like to have. Trust me.
Parker kicks to Green. Aldridge is straight. The feed to Leonard. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. And Kawhi Leonard, the only player other than Michael Jordan and Hakeem Olajuwon to be an all-star starter. Greg win the Defensive Player of the Year and win a Finals MVP award.
And Kevin, I think it's fair to say that's some lofty company to be in. You know, you're worried with the retirement of Tim Duncan. Would the Spurs go through a lull? And they found another two-way superstar to kind of build their team around, much in the same in terms of mannerisms as a Tim Duncan.
And he knocks down the first one.
And just another area where Kawhi continues to improve. One of the better free throw shooters in the league now, especially at the small forward spot.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
Beverly, the pass to Griffin. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
And the foot speed there of Griffin on full display. So explosive driving to the rack.
Spurs leading by 7. Outside, Green. Feeds it to Gasol. Down low. And Griffin sends it back.
And his touch has just been a little bit absent this quarter. And he's missing a ton of shots.
And that one's good. Beverly.
And like seeing Beverly get involved there. Sweet shooting from the speedy guard.
Now here's Parker. 5 points in the game. Aldridge with a screen on Beverly. Here's Parker. And Jordan sends it back. And he recovers it. And that's out of bounds. San Antonio will retain possession. Rudy Gay's checked in for Pau Gasol. And the Clippers making a change here as well. Teodosic is checked in for Patrick Beverly. Ball's knocked loose. Gallinari with the steal. For the finish, the coast-to-coast dunk.
When you have a guy like Gallinari run the court and you're expecting them to pull up for the 3, he can also fast break and get the layup.
Parker dishes to Gay. Shoots over Griffin. San Antonio again missing. Guys, this offense very effective.
And guys, the defense has been no match. They've just picked them apart.
Rivers against Green. Jordan kicks to Rivers. Shot clock at 5. He feeds it to Griffin. The Clippers need to get off a shot. Teodosic. No good. That would have tied it. Spurs leading by 3. Here's Leonard. Second chance shot. And it's out of bounds. And they say it was last touched by Leonard.
And let's take a look now at Blake Griffin's numbers. Great showing for him last season. Last season put up about 21 points a game, 8 rebounds, and 5 assists. And he's been a rock in the middle for them over that stretch of games. Dominating the glass is his trademark.
I feel like those rebounds are wearing down and eroding the opponent. His effort right now, physically and mentally, has been good.
Oh, and here comes Gay all alone. And the jam by Rudy Gay.
Extraordinary work from Parker to find his teammate for the open basket. His passing is just phenomenal.
1:56 left to play here in the half. Here's Teodosic. And there's the pass to Jordan. And it's sent back by Aldridge.
Maybe he's not the most aggressive defender or the most physical, but Aldridge does have mobility. That time he sends it back.
Dishes it to Parker. Back to Green. Stolen by Rivers. 1:25 left now here in the second. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blown.
2 shots, gentlemen.
And San Antonio called for the foul.
2.
From the outset of Austin Rivers' career, it seemed like he never was quite comfortable. That is until just this last year, where he played consistently well coming off the bench for the Los Angeles Clippers. Seems to be a completely different player as he's found his niche in the league.
The first one falls. Well, if you look at when things changed for Rivers, really it was the 2016 playoff series against the Blazers.
Well, it's interesting. Even though the team lost, he played great, and I think that was a huge shot of adrenaline and confidence in his game, that he could consistently find that kind of effort and offense if he stepped out on the floor with the right mindset.
Rivers hits both of them. And Brent, of course, you started your career with the Clippers and played for him for several seasons. Looking back, do you have a moment that you describe as your favorite with that team?
I think my favorite moment, Kevin, was playing a game against the Phoenix Suns, and ended up being a very close and competitive contest, and I ended up making a game winner against the Suns. But the coolest part about it was after the game when Charles came by as I was making my way out of the arena and came over and said, "Nice job, Rook." I appreciated that very much.
And here are the Clippers now, following the three-pointer by San Antonio. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Reed a screen. Shoots from the elbow. But they get it back. Pass to Teodosic. Misses the 3.
Yeah, just a solid job on the backboard. They are really controlling the inside.
Shots good by Laverne.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Gallinari attacking. The rebound by Anderson. Anderson's got 3 rebounds now in this one. No good from Gay.
That's a wide open shot. Sadly, it came up short.
And it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline. And so it's San Antonio in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Kawhi, you have grown so much offensively throughout your career. What's the focus of that end of the floor?
Just knocking down open shots, my ball handling, making good decisions off the pick and roll, and just try to limit my turnovers.
And you've done well so far, Kawhi. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this break.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, folks. Welcome back. Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. This is the halftime show on 2K Sports. Kawhi Leonard is having one of those nights. He had 12 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist. And Shaq, what are your thoughts on how San Antonio played?
You know what, Ernie? I got to stand up on this one. I salute to their bench. Man, once the starters came out, man, the others just came to life. You got to love seeing that kind of contribution come from the others. Man, they look beautiful tonight.
Kenny, what's your take on the Clippers?
Well, the perimeter D is just too loose. I mean, there's no excuse for letting the team rain that many threes on you. And at that higher percentage, guys aren't fighting through screens. They're not staying with their shooters. They're not helping out. Just bad basketball on the defensive end. They've got to tighten it up on a high level in the second half.
And it's just about time now for the third quarter to get underway.
We come back to San Antonio now with a look at the world-famous Riverwalk with its restaurants and boats and nightclubs and people. Lots going on. Now the second half about to start up and begin any moment. You look at Blake Griffin in this game. He's been everywhere.
And through the first 2 quarters, they went to him repeatedly in the post, and boy, did he deliver.
Yeah, I like his patience down there. He's combined some good footwork with even better moves surrounding that. So we'll see if the defense can counter in the second half. Maybe some double teams.
And now the third quarter about to get going. Here's Beverly. And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. On the court for San Antonio. Filling out the wings, it's Green and Leonard. Aldridge is at the 4 with Gasol at the 5. And it's Parker in at the point. And that replay brought to us by Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. One of the more exciting plays in basketball. Clippers trail by 10. Now here's Beverly. Outside Griffin. Over Aldridge. And it's sent back by Aldridge.
Well, the D cannot handle DJ right now. A gigantic guy on the inside who's going to get those calls most of the time.
Hey, Greg, when you look at all the dunks that DeAndre Jordan has on his resume, it's pretty impressive.
And Jordan, I feel, is even underrated with his dunking ability. Very agile. You can see that in warm-ups as well as the dunk contest. His unmatched power when attacking the rim, really unprecedented. He may be the best athlete in the league.
No good on the free throw.
And they're having a lot of trouble at the line today. And unfortunately, it's the kind of day we've seen this team have a lot.
And he sinks the second. And the San Antonio Spurs, the best bench net rating in the league last season, ranked 3rd in bench minutes.
Well, it's amazing the way that Pop controls the players' minutes. So the starters don't play a ton. The bench guys get enough minutes to play cohesively together. And one of the guys who was hugely impactful coming off the bench last year for them was Patty Mills. And in fact, last year they became the first 60-win team to have 11 different players that played at least 1,000 minutes.
Now here's Rivers following the miss by LaMarcus Aldridge. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. Here's Griffin in for his 7th make in 13 tries.
Maybe that's the separation, right, Kevin? His skill at his size and then converting through contact. Such strength from the big man.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Kawhi Leonard has become a go-to scorer, but his focus still starts at the defensive end. He said, my mindset is the same every game. Whoever I'm playing against, I go in and try to stop the best scorer and then try to get myself going in the offensive end. Kevin?
And David, that's what you get with Kawhi. Mr. Consistency, one of the best two-way players in the game. Now here's Beverly. Kawhi Leonard unable to get his shot to go. Lets it go from the wing. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. Leonard's got 14 points.
Just one of those insane nights for Leonard, putting on a one-man show offensively.
Beverly with the ball. Outside Griffin. Jordan the screen. Here's Gallinari. Banked in off the glass. 10 points for him.
The D doing their best on this end, but not enough to stop Gallo there.
Parker kicks to Green. Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. And Parker, here we go, makes it off the glass. And the Spurs lead by 11.
And when you give Parker room to work his magic down inside, he knows how to finish with style.
Los Angeles calls timeout.
And Tony Parker in his prime, one of the best slashing point guards this league has ever seen. Just an outstanding finisher amidst the tall players. And one season, how about he almost led the league in points in the paint, a surefire Hall of Famer.
Williams, he's checked in for Rivers. Williams passes to Jordan. Some solid defense from Gasol. Spurs leading by 11. Parker kicks to Green. Teardrop shot. And it's Griffin with the rebound. Griffin's got his third rebound tonight. And a bit of a down year for Tony Parker in 2017. His lowest three-point percentage in 5 years. Lowest free throw percentage in 9.
Yeah, I mean, you'd like to see him hitting threes at a higher clip. The previous couple seasons, he shot it up over 40%. And a great way, I think, to boost his offense, even though he has slowed down a bit.
Now here's Griffin. 15 points in the game. Here's Jordan. And that one is good with the extra effort on the glass. Jordan's got 5 now.
Well, some aggressive defense played on DeAndre Jordan. Didn't seem to bother him much. He ends up with 2.
Parker kicks to Aldridge. Over Griffin. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Jordan's got 11 rebounds in the game. Parker against Beverly. Outside for Jordan. He dishes it to Gallinari. No good on the 3. Spurs leading by 9. Green passes to Parker. Left side, Leonard. The Spurs rebound. Gasol. No good, and tight defense there bothered that shot. Green against Williams. Jordan sets the pick for Williams. Kicks to Jordan. No good on that one. Good work defensively by Gasol. And here's Leonard from 3. And it's Leonard again missing. Clippers trail by 9. Williams kicks to Beverly. Back to Williams. And Gasol sends it back.
Got to respect the reach and length of Pau Gasol. Outstanding job of skying up for that rejection.
Here's Beverly. Griffin a screen on Parker. Beverly dishes to Griffin. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. And you don't see it quite as often anymore, but if you give Blake Griffin some space, Brent, and a path to the hoop, he'll put you on a poster. And whatever other social media you've got, and I know you've got a lot.
Yeah, log in, Kevin, and you'll see some Blake Griffin highlight plays. And it does seem like he needs a little bit more room to get to that burst. But that's a guy who's a veteran. That's a guy who's understanding his game a little bit better and still finding ways to be effective.
First free throw is good. And with these new player tracking cameras, you see some very interesting numbers. The Spurs, one of the lowest teams in terms of pace and fast break points. And yet they're one of the top teams, Brent, in average speed and distance travel. How do you explain that?
Well, what they do, Kevin, is every time down the court, they set up their offense and they run through their options. And that could be very frustrating for anybody who's trying to defend it. They're waiting within a 24-second shot clock to have 1 or 2 defenders relax, get lazy, and as soon as they do, the Spurs take advantage of it.
A 3 from Leonard. And it's Leonard again missing. And the foul called on Pau Gasol. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Kyle Anderson, he's checked in for the Spurs. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Harrell's checked in. Now Beverly. Gallinari on the wing. Gasol with the rebound. Gasol's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Leonard the pass to Mills. Back to Leonard. Anderson the screen. It's Ginobili outside. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Ginobili's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Well, there's some experience there from Manu. Runs the defender right off the screen, then rises up and nails the jumper.
Los Angeles calls timeout.
So Kawhi Leonard comes out of San Diego State and can't shoot outside of 8 feet, and now is one of the NBA's premier scorers. What remarkable offseason work he's done with shooting coach Chip England to become one of the more deadly offensive weapons in the league.
A different look now for San Antonio. Laverne comes in for Pau Gasol, and Rudy Gay is subbed in for Leonard. The Clippers also changing it up. Reed comes in for Gallinari, and Teodosic subbed in for Patrick Beverley. And Kawhi Leonard scoring in volume, but like you'd expect from a Spur, tremendous efficiency as well.
You look at the numbers, the league's most efficient pick and roll scorer last season. I mean, that is remarkable stuff, especially for a guy playing mostly in the 3 and 4 spot. And then the clutch numbers and coming down the stretch, how it was that he had the best percentage on go-ahead buckets with 5 seconds left in the basketball game. That's a steady force.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. The former 6th man of the year in 2015, Lou Williams, can fill it up in a hurry.
Sweet Lou. I mean, he is a terrific shooter, uses that fadeaway to create some space, and he has really become a master at getting himself to the free throw line. He excels in this role in terms of creating efficient offense off the bench.
And for the Clippers, they have had some success certainly over the last decade. Still, Brent, it's always going to be a battle for this team to fight for the love of the city of Los Angeles against the Lakers.
Yeah, Kevin, I just feel like that's never going to happen. It's a Laker town in Los Angeles, and even over the course of the past few seasons where the Clippers have had more wins and more success and more deeper runs into the playoffs, the Lakers still run the town.
Here's Ginobili following the basket by Sam Dekker. And here is Williams. To the right side. That is good, and the Spurs lead is cut down now to just 5 on the bucket from Teodosic.
The defense cannot let guys get into that kind of comfort zone. You have to patrol the three-point line or you risk getting burned.
Now here's Anderson. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. And it's Laverne missing.
The defensive reaction time, it was just immediate on that one.
And sometimes the most important part of that is the angle that the defender chooses. That time he chose wisely.
Spurs leading by 5. And Mills kicks to Gay. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's going to be on Montrezl Harrell.
And like watching Gay get aggressive with the defense, making them whack him there on the way up.
On the night, he's gone 2 for 2 at the stripe. That's good from Rudy Gay.
And when Gay is locked in, he's special. An efficient scorer who can effortlessly take over games.
Rudy Gay hits them both.
Well, he talks so much about rhythm from the field. How about a rhythm from the free throw line? That looks good.
Here's Teodosic, covered by Mills. Reed a screen. Now here's Dekker. He's covered by Gay. They retain possession. A nice shot by Reed.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Passes it to Gay. And it's Reed pulling it down. Reed's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Here's Teodosic. He's got 5. To the middle. Reed down low. Laverne on him. Reed misses. And there's the call on Montrezl Harrell. That's his 4th foul of the contest. Spurs leading by 5. Ginobili kicks to Anderson. The dish to Gay from the top of the key, and it's good off the back of the rim and in. Gay's got 14 points for the game.
Well, Anderson's such a unique point forward. He uses his size to see over the D and make those kind of passes. It's just been an off night for him. That doesn't happen all that often, but the thing that you do at this point is not to push it, not to rush it. Let it come back to you.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. And the shot is good. The Spurs lead has been cut down to 6, and the bucket from Williams. Now here's Mills. He's got 11. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. We take a second here to take a look at the shot chart for the Spurs.
Well, just look at the cluster in the middle of the paint. That right there tells you all you need to know about how they have built the lead they have. They are playing with more intensity on the offensive side of the ball, and it's the difference in the game right now. You have to love how they've approached this matchup.
Free throw good. Mills.
The Australian-born Patty Mills, former 2nd-round pick. Who knew Mills would someday win an NBA championship? Well, the Spurs did.
Austin Rivers, he's checked in for Los Angeles. And both free throws good for Mills.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
And last season, you'll recall, Brent, Doc Rivers challenging this Clippers team to cut down on technical fouls.
I think they just wanted to get away from all the whining that was going on. I think some people were actually bringing cheese to the game for the Clippers to go with that wine. I kid you, Kevin.
No.
But you just don't want to waste energy on things like that that are going on throughout the course of the game, and to have that kind of reputation around the refereeing circles.
A free throw drops for Rivers.
I think it's been kind of cool to watch Austin Rivers play under his dad, Doc, a shifty combo guard with fantastic skills.
Rivers hits both of them.
And this is one of the things they need to keep doing in the second half to get this win. Keep knocking down those free throws. They've been sensational here at the line.
Now here's Ginobili. He's got 8. Here's Gay. It's tipped, and he gets it back. Here's Laverne, and that's going to be a travel.
And let's take a quick look at some stats for Rivers. How he did last season. He was around 12 points a game, 2 assists and 2 rebounds. And he can play some valuable minutes on the wing for this team.
I just want to kick back and lounge here, because when this guy's hot, it's a love story. And when he's cold, it's a nightmare. So sit back, get your popcorn. Let's see what he does. Great positioning on the glass, jumping all over that miss and sticking it back in.
Now here's Mills. He's tightly guarded. Ginobili against Rivers. Just 5 to shoot. Laverne dishes to Gay. Over Harrell. And it's Gay again missing.
You know, not sure if it's him or the defense, but just something's off tonight.
Well, something in this frame for sure, but when you're out of rhythm, sometimes it's better to play the role of being the facilitator.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
And Mills kicks to Anderson. The drive by Gay. And the jam by Rudy Gay.
And I just love how Gay penetrates to the bucket. I mean, always looking for the highlight reel play, showing off that awesome vertical.
Here's Teodosic. 7 points in the game. Inside, Harrell. And Harrell slams it in.
And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the rack.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
Especially in a game that is this close, every possession counting. That was just one side wanting it more than the other.
Anderson passes to Gay. His three-pointers off the mark.
His shot's just, it's not there right now. With his team leading, perhaps, you know, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
Pass to Reed. He nails it, and we're tied up. Reed's got 11 points.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded-out game.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Now the Clippers with it. They're on a 13-4 run right now. Reed, a screen on Ginobili. Rivers kicks to Harrell. Chance there to take the lead. Missing. Anderson doesn't go for him. Tie game in San Antonio. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the fourth quarter of action when we return. A chance now to hear Greg Popovich talking to his team just moments ago.
Only difference is competitiveness. Stick with the strategy, stick with each other. Long night, keep competing, keep pounding, keep pounding. It ain't about any one person, it's about us and how we do.
Banding together the guys. Greg Popovich preaching toughness and unity.
Yeah, and Pop really zeroes in on the fight. He's one of those guys, if you don't play your hardest, you don't play.
And we're set to start the action up here in the fourth quarter. And if it's anything like the first three, we should be in for a treat. And on the floor for the Clippers here in the fourth, Griffin and Jordan, the front court. Rivers out there with Teodosic. And it's Gallinari in at the small forward.
Well, after an impressive first half, he's just not been able to get the room or get anything going here in the second.
Well, for his whole career, Gallinari has been viewed as a small forward, but Brent, every so often he'll find minutes at the 4, and with the way the NBA is going, I wouldn't be surprised to see him more often there than not.
Well, if he does transition, Kevin, to the 4 spot for Gallinari, the question is, who is it that he's defending on the other side? If it's a quick 4-man that has the same kind of range and can put the ball on the deck, that becomes a tough matchup for Gallinari. But certainly his ability to shoot the ball will provide space for other wing players.
The free throw is good, now leading by 1. And the Spurs with some changes. Pau Gasol's checked in for Laverne. And it's Leonard in for Rudy Gay. And the Clippers with a change here too. Beverly's checked in. Gallinari hits them both.
Yeah, and their free throw shooting has really improved here in the second half.
San Antonio's gone outside a lot tonight. 17 times, in fact. 7 of 17. Green kicks to Leonard. Shoots over Griffin. And it's Leonard missing.
And you know they wanted that one to go down.
Man, that's just tough because that would have tied up the score. That's a tough one to swallow here in the fourth.
Now Leonard following the three-point attempt by Austin Rivers. And there's the feed to Green. Parker against Beverly. Here's Leonard. Another miss by Leonard.
Not a lot of defense there. You can't afford to let guys shoot freely from the mid-range. They're not going to miss those all that often.
Here's Beverly. Los Angeles with another miss.
How about that hard-nosed D in the paint right there? Nice job.
Yeah, he cut off every angle and then got his body on him. That's a Warriors effort.
And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half in this fourth quarter. Gasol dishes to Green. Gasol a screen. The drive by Green. That one falls.
And finally, someone scores.
Yeah, the buckets have been few and far between, and neither team able to get into any sort of offensive rhythm.
Now here's Griffin. Gallinari outside. Outside Griffin. 6 to shoot. He kicks it to Beverly. Shot's good. Griffin making the play. Griffin's got his 3rd assist on the night. Spurs have gone just 1 of 6 in the field to start the 4th quarter. A bit of a slowdown for them right now. Gasol, a screen on Gallinari. Here's Leonard, and he sinks the shot coming off the strong pick. Leonard's got the game tied up here for the Spurs. Parker against Beverly. Outside Griffin. Gallinari right side. Gets it to drop, and now he's shooting at a 5-for-8 clip.
There's an art to setting screens, and DeAndre Jordan right there in the right spot to open up that play.
Gasol, a screen on Beverly. Parker passes to Gasol. Jordan with some nice D.
The defensive reaction time, it was just immediate on that one.
You know, sometimes the most important part of that is the angle that the defender chooses. That time, he chose wisely.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Spurs trail by 4. Parker kicks to Gasol. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Gasol working on the block, always patient, surveying. Good job getting deep that time.
And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the 4th. Gallinari attacking, and it's sent back by Aldridge. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Here's Parker. That's in for his 5th make of the night. Now shooting at a 50% clip, 5 for 10.
And Parker is the ultimate attacker in the open floor. He gets the ball and doesn't think twice about getting to the rim.
Now here's Rivers. Off the screen. No good on the shot, a bit long that time.
Yeah, another missed opportunity, and you can just see the frustration.
Yeah, when your shot's in the fridge like this, it's easy to lose your confidence, and that's why some of the most prolific scorers, they have short-term memories.
Now here's Leonard. Following the miss by Austin Rivers. Clock at 4, and it's Leonard missing. For Los Angeles, they've gone 3 of 8 here in the 4th quarter. Here's Rivers. Fouled in the act of shooting. A 3-point play chance coming up.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
One shot.
A free throw drops for Rivers. Here's Parker. Right side Leonard. Takes the 13-footer, and it's good, and the assist by Parker. Parker's got 5 assists in the game. He feeds it to Griffin. And it's sent back by Aldridge. To take the lead, it's deflected. Rivers dishes to Beverly. Out to Gallinari. Over Gasol. It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. Lou Williams is checked in for Austin Rivers. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Beverly, the pass to Gallinari. Over Leonard. And it's Gallinari again missing. Oh, and here we go. Green's got it. The pass break chance. Out to Parker. Fires from the corner. They get the rebound. Gasol dishes to Aldridge. And they take the lead. And the Spurs lead by 1.
That's what you're going to get with Pau Gasol, a tremendous passer who's got his eyes up at all times.
On the wing, Williams, guarded by Green. And that one's good. Beverly's got 4 points in the quarter. We've seen some great competition in this one.
Yeah, 7 already in the game, and I think it shows you how well these two teams match up with one another.
Now here's Leonard. Gasol a screen. Aldridge kicks to Gasol. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
Well, there's an encyclopedia of moves that Pau Gasol can go to down there on the block. He's tricky as a big man, and he makes the defense foul him there.
And Pau Gasol, one of the most skilled 7-footers this league has ever seen. Whether it's the low post, high post, flaring off picks, you want the ball in his hands.
He misses the free throw. And Pau Gasol, a very good perimeter shooter, starting to stretch his range out beyond that 3-point arc.
Yeah, his face-up game is becoming more and more prominent. Working from that elbow, he's become more of a triple threat. He can shoot it, drive it, and pass at a high level.
And he misses the second one as well, so he is 0 for 2 that time.
I'll throw in the obligatory 2-time champion, a remarkable big man, Pau Gasol, who continues to add to his career.
Confident and composed on the 3-point shot at a critical juncture.
And here is Parker after Lou Williams was able to get the 3 to go. Parker against Beverly. The pass to Aldridge. And Aldridge slams it in.
Well, another poster shot. Aldridge using his size and length to throw that one down hard.
On the wing, Williams. He feeds it to Griffin. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
I mean, he is tearing the defense apart, and let's face it, they have not brought their A game on that side of the ball.
Parker kicks to Leonard. Over Gallinari. And it's Leonard missing. Clippers leading by 4. To the left wing. Deep 2 from Beverly. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. Beverly's got 6 here in this quarter.
Yeah, the first half was really tough, but he's really rounded the corner here and been fantastic shooting the ball here in the second half.
Aldridge a screen. Back to Parker. Outside Leonard. And it's Leonard with the jam.
And for a player who didn't enter the league with breakdown ability off the dribble, guess what? Kawhi will break you down.
Beverly with the ball. Outside Griffin. Jordan the screen. Nice passing here by Los Angeles. Here's Gallinari. Deep 2 from Beverly. Here's Jordan. And no good. Nice D from Aldridge. Spurs trail by 4. Parker outside. Dishes to Gasol. Here's Leonard. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
Oh, you could see it from the moment he caught the ball. Leonard looking to rise to the occasion, making the big shot to help the team out.
Gallinari on the wing. Leonard with the steal. And that's a foul called on Gallinari. That is his first foul of the game. San Antonio making a switch here. Mills is checked in. Outside, Green. There's a good screen. Pass to Leonard. Shoots over Griffin. Leonard, no luck. LA has gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Williams kicks to Griffin. Now Beverly. He dishes it to Jordan. Shot clock at 6. Nailed from three-point land. And it's 13 points for Williams.
Unable to close out defensively, even against the smaller shooter.
Yeah, it's tough sometimes to get a hand up on the three-point shot, but in this case, that didn't even affect it.
Beverly, the pass to Griffin. And then Griffin with the dunk.
Well, some consistency shown here from Blake Griffin. Simply awesome at getting the shots that he wants.
And here's Mills. Gasol, a screen on Beverly. Down low, deflects the pass. And pushing it up, here's Los Angeles. Gasol with the rebound. Spurs trail by 7, and the Spurs pushing it up now. Leonard with the ball. Kicks it to Mills. There's a minute 34 left in the fourth quarter. And they call an illegal screen here.
And that's turned over in about the most frustrating way possible.
There's good turnovers. That wasn't one of them. At least this one doesn't lead to an automatic fast break, the live ball turnover, so that's the best you can say about that play.
Now here's Beverly. Passes it to Williams. There's Gallinari with the 3. AT that time from Leonard. And there's the call on DeAndre Jordan. That'll be his second foul of the game. San Antonio's gone outside a lot tonight. 17 times, in fact. 7 of 17. Mills dishes to Green. Gasol, a screen on Williams. Here's Leonard, but he stays with it.
And as a defender, you are left somewhat helpless to stop that. Leonard with too many moves in his arsenal and a flood of ice water in his veins.
Los Angeles calls timeout. They're ahead by 5. 1:05 left in the game. And now the presentation of our Jordan player of the game, Blake Griffin.
And it's been a terrific night for him in terms of the scoreboard. They've run a bunch of sets for him, and he's continued to come through. Scoring as well as he has, it's taken a lot of pressure off the rest of his teammates.
He gets a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, during the break, I listened in on Doc Rivers talking to the team. He told the guys it's time to turn it up a little and make a push. We've worked too hard to come away empty-handed. Let's put this thing away. Kevin, we'll see if they can break that.
Here's Gallinari. And the shot falls short this time.
He's getting good looks on the floor, but he simply cannot bury anything right now. He's got to stay confident, though, because everyone knows he can hit those shots.
And so they foul intentionally. Rivers, he's checked in for the Clippers. .40 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Leonard brings the double team. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a three-point play. They get Paul Gasol.
Full speed ahead. I mean, they have been in control since the opening tip, and that may have sealed the deal.
I can imagine a lot of things right now, but a comeback, that's not one of them.
That free throw good from Griffin.
It's all that work in the offseason Blake Griffin does, wanting to be great. His passion and love for the game driving him.
San Antonio calls timeout. They're behind by 8. 32 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
And I'm sure the coach is telling them it ain't over till it's over. Yeah, but I don't know.
Here's Green. No good on the quick three. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Beverly. The dish to Rivers. Shot clock at 5. Fires at the elbow. The shot, no good. So the Clippers with the win. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, G, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have too many problems with that tonight.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Blake, very strong game offensively. What gave you the confidence to take over?
I'm just putting in the work, and my teammates honestly believing in me and telling me to be confident at the end of the game. So I owe a lot to them. They came up with big plays. Just everybody working together.
Very good win for you tonight, Blake. Congrats. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. So for David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, Brent Barry, and the whole 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us. And we'll see you next time